This video is about how to use Adobe Scan with your phone to scan multi-page documents. If you like this video, please like and share it, and also subscribe to our channel for updates. So what is Adobe Scan? Adobe Scan is a mobile app for either your iPhone or your Android that is free and basically turns your phone into a scanner. So no more expensive hardware where you have to buy a scanner and scan documents or go to the library and scan. You can do everything with your phone. So what I want to do is show you using my phone the setup, what you would need to do exactly to go in and get yourself set up.
The first thing that you want to do to download Adobe Scan is to go to your app store on your phone. I have an iPhone, and so my app store looks like this. And under search, sometimes you're on the Today, sometimes you're on Games. I want to search for Adobe Scan, A-D-O-B-E, Scan, and it looks like that's one of the first one that pops up. And the icon that I want is this teal one, which for me is in second position. I have downloaded this before, that's why you see the cloud with the little arrow. But if you hadn't ever downloaded it before, you would have maybe an icon that said Get. And so I'm going to download that. So now that it's finished downloading, I'm going to click on the Open tab. And I'm going to go to this screen. So now I know I have the app. It's going to welcome me to Adobe Scan. And I'm going to click Continue to find out more. And before I can actually start scanning, it says, welcome, your scans will be saved to Adobe Document Cloud, which is nice. Means I don't have to fill up my phone with a bunch of storage. To get started, please provide permission to access your camera and to receive app notifications. So I'm going to hit Let's Go. In order to do the scan, you do have to allow Adobe Scan access to your camera. So I'm going to say OK. And then this part, you can decide that you want to allow or don't allow, if you like notifications or not. It doesn't bother me, so I'm going to click on Allow. Now, do you see at the bottom where it says signed in as wfresh@pcc.edu? All that means is that I have previously had Adobe Scan. You would probably have to sign in with an email address and a login. All right, and so now I've just found a paper, a student paper, and let's just say that this is the thing I want to scan. So I'm going to hover it over it, and I'm going to click the circle in the middle. It takes a picture, and once I've taken that picture, you'll see that it's recognizing the text, and at this point it's allowing me to make any adjustments to the sizing that I want. So I want to make sure that I got everything, and if I'm happy with it, then I will hit continue. And notice that it tells me down on the bottom right hand corner that I now have one page. All right, here is the second page, so I'm going to go ahead and just take a picture of that. It's also trying to recognize it for me. If I don't want it to recognize it for me, I can just go ahead and click it manually. And I can adjust it if I want. Sometimes people will allow it to capture automatically. It doesn't bother me to just click the button and then adjust it myself. So you can decide what you'd like to do. And I will hit continue. It says adjust borders after each scan or adjust later using the tool. I like to adjust after each scan, so I'm going to say OK to that. Now, if that is my last page, which it is, then I'm going to click on this 2 down on the bottom right with the pages. And you can now take a look at what I scanned. So there's page 1 and there is page 2. All right, so it's really nice if your instructor requires you to scan multiple pages into one document, this is what's doing it for you. So I'm going to click on Save PDF, and it's recognizing it. And once it has it, it says it's uploading it to the document cloud. What I typically do at this point is I click the share button, and I can either get a link that I can share or I can email it. I like to email it to myself, and once I do email it to myself, I'll show you what that looks like.
All right, so now you can see the email that I've just received to myself, and there is the link to my document. Now, one thing you don't want to do is just forward this email to your instructor. If your instructor has to click on every single one of these links to look at their students' assignments, it's going to be really time consuming. So you want to do one more step. You want to click on this yourself, and once you've done that, it's going to open up the document in the Adobe Document Cloud. What you want to do from there is click on this little arrow, which if you hover over that, it says to download. I'm going to go ahead and download this. I have Adobe Acrobat. You might have Adobe Reader. Either way, I'm going to go ahead and hit OK, and it's going to open the document for me. And now I have the document. You can see 2 pages, and it is an Adobe PDF, and so I might say Save As, and I will go ahead and maybe just put this on my desktop. And I can save it as assignment for math. And that's all there is to it. Once you've saved that document, you can take a look at my desktop now, and you can see that the assignment for math, there it is sitting there waiting for me to do whatever I want to do with it. Upload it to the assignment tab. If you use a learning management system, the school that I'm at uses Desire to Learn, so I would want my students to upload that to the assignment tab. There really are so many things that you can do with Adobe Scan. What I've shown you today is just the tip of the iceberg. I've shown you how to scan documents, multi-page documents as PDFs, and then send them to yourself to download as a PDF so that you can then send them to your instructor as an assignment. I hope you got something out of this. If you have any comments, feel free to comment below, or if you have other video topics that you'd be interested in watching. Thanks, and make sure to check us out on anyonecanbeamathperson.com.